Here comes trouble, putting on a show like a domino.
There is always been something special about compact flagships. The iPhone 16 stayed with me for months. Then came the Xiaomi 15, sleek, sharp, and effortless in the hand. So, when the OnePlus 13T arrived, soon to be called the OnePlus 13S in some regions, I knew it deserved a real journey. That's why I took it with me on a road trip to Beijing. Still, given its price, a bit of doubt lingered. So I brought along the Pixel 9 Pro as my main camera, just in case the 13T fell short.
Eyes wide open.
Well, the day started late. Around 12:15, I hopped on a train to Beijing, and the first thing I made sure of was power. I topped it up with the OnePlus Superbook power bank. More on the battery later, but first, let's talk about the design. Much like its corporate cousin, the Oppo Find X8 Ultra, it borrows the iPhone's action button, and in doing so, it took away one of my favorite things about any OnePlus device, the classic profile slider. That trade off aside, the build still feels premium. A metal frame, a glass back, and the screen protected by crystal shield glass. The curves, the grip, the button layout, everything is placed with such care. It almost feels like it was just custom built for me.
You left your perfume on the pillow.
Okay, there is always one thing about budget flagships that brings a flicker of doubt in me, and that's the display. It often feels like the true flagships get the crown jewels, while budget models settle for second best, a dimmer echo of brilliance. But this time, that idea didn't hold up. The moment the screen lit up, the OnePlus display spoke for itself, vivid, fluid, and unexpectedly rich. It didn't just meet expectations, it quietly rose above them. The 6.32-inch LTPO AMOLED canvas is flat, but far from plain. With a billion shades dancing across its surface, Dolby Vision and HDR10 Plus breathe life into every frame. Peaks of 1600 nits pierce through daylight, while 2160 Hz PWM dimming soothes the eyes. At 120 Hz, motion flows like silk, fluid, sharp, and impossibly vivid. With a display this vivid, gaming feels electric. Colors burst, movements glide, and every frame lands with purpose. Beneath that glowing canvas, the Snapdragon 8 Elite roars like a finely tuned V8, refined, relentless, and ready to launch. Paired with 16 GB of LPDDR5X RAM and UFS 4.0 storage, it accelerates through tasks with the finesse of a track built machine. Phones in this form factor often wrestle with heat, but the OnePlus 13S stays cool under pressure. Its 4400 mm square vapor chamber, called Ice River, channels heat away like air over carbon fiber. In this class, only the Xiaomi 15 ages ahead, and just barely. Curiosity got the better of my girlfriend Thea the next day. She fired up Antutu and 3D Merc, and just as I felt, the numbers didn't disappoint. They echoed the experience. Raw strength wrapped in elegance. But back to that first afternoon. By mid afternoon, we had settled into a warm Indian restaurant. A thali set, my favorite, arrived alongside perfectly grilled barbecue chicken, each bite full of comfort. The OnePlus 13T, or should I say the 13S, didn't hesitate. It framed the moment not just with clarity, but with emotion. What unfolded wasn't just lunch, it was a still life in motion. The 50 megapixel IMX906 lens caught the rise of steam, the drift of shadows, the quiet shimmer of spice. The telephoto lens rendered superb photos and videos, layering depth onto warmth. After lunch, we wandered down to the nearby pier, drawn by the hush of water and the promise of slow movement. We captured moments as boats slipped past, light brushing gently across the water. Each zoom, one times, two times, four times, and more, told a new part of the same unfolding story. From wide shots to quiet details, balance remained. On the boat, 4K 60 video caught the rhythm of light and motion, unshaken by movement thanks to OIS. Reflections shimmered, not blurred. It didn't chase drama, it waited, observed, and recorded what mattered, like the calm breath just before a memory settles in. As the sun bowed low, the street turned golden. The OnePlus 13S lingered with it, capturing warmth without noise. Even the 16 megapixel selfie lens rendered softness, letting the moment rest gently in frame. We kept playing games whenever the journey paused, on the train, by the riverside, even between sips of tea. The OnePlus 13S held steady, frame rates firm, battery enduring longer than expected, with no heat disrupting the flow. Later that evening, we returned to the same Indian restaurant for dinner. During the meal, I made a few Wi Fi calls, downloaded some games and videos. The phone never blinked. Signal held strong, and every task moved along like it belonged in this rhythm. Then came the dark, and with it, the true test. Streetlights flickered on, shadows stretched, and the OnePlus 13S didn't miss a bit. The main sensor painted low light like it had time to spare, soft, detailed, never forced. The telephoto lens captured scenes with grace, adding depth that's rare to find in a phone this price. For a moment, I forgot it was a budget flagship. I didn't even think about reaching for the Pixel 9 Pro XL because the 13S or the 13T, whatever the name, it was already capturing everything I wanted to remember. On the ride back, I checked the battery, expecting it to be low after hours of gaming and camera work. But no, over 50% still remained. I was honestly surprised. A quick check explained it all. A 6260 mAh battery packed into this compact body. Hard to drain, easy to refill. With 80 watts SuperVOOC support, even my power bank gave it a solid 30% boost in just 20 minutes. After a long, beautiful day, it was time to step into the shower. But let me say this clearly, this is my favorite OnePlus since the legendary 70. The 13S has earned its place, and from now on, it's leading as my main Android companion.